Welcome back. Today I'm sharing how to make raspberry frosting from scratch. It's super easy and it's absolutely delicious. So we're starting off with 4 sticks of unsalted room temperature butter. So it's important that you use unsalted butter because it helps you control how much salt you end up adding into the recipe. Different brands of butter use different amounts of salt, so this just helps you really control the flavor. So now we're adding in our half a teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. We're going to mix that on a medium-low speed just to make sure that everything gets mixed together. And then it's time to start slowly incorporating our powdered sugar. So I don't sift my powdered sugar just because I find I don't have issues with clumps, but if you do, you can always sift yours. I also like to add in splashes of heavy cream throughout this process so I don't get too many powdered sugar explosions. And that's why I threw my kitchen towel over my KitchenAid a minute ago just to help control that. I like to give my frosting a really good stir by hand with a rubber spatula just like this to make sure it's super smooth before I add in my raspberry powder. Now you could do this while you're still using your KitchenAid if you want to use the paddle attachment just to make it easier, but I'm going to mix this part by hand just to show you guys exactly what this raspberry powder looks like once it's added into the frosting. So this is the type I use. I like to get it on Amazon. And I find that adding about 1/4 cup of raspberry powder to 1 batch of frosting adds the perfect amount of flavor. So I add that straight into my frosting along with a tiny bit of extra heavy cream. So this is the remaining heavy cream that I had not added to the recipe yet. So in total I still added about 2/3 cup of heavy cream. So I'm giving this a really good stir, and if you do it by hand you're definitely going to get a good arm workout. But you can see it's giving the frosting such a beautiful color, and it's really fun to watch it just get mixed all throughout that frosting. I like to spread the frosting kind of along the sides of the bowl there with the back of the spatula as a part of my mixing process to make sure that I'm not adding too much air as I'm doing this. You can also add a tiny bit of pink gel food coloring if you want to enhance that pink color. So our frosting is all ready to go. It's silky smooth, and I also sometimes like to add a bit of freshly squeezed lemon juice. I find it really helps the flavor pop, but this is optional. So if you're adding this frosting to like a chocolate cake and you're worried about it, you don't have to add it, but it really does make the frosting taste even better. So if you have some on hand, I recommend adding it. So you can see this frosting is great for cakes. It smooths so well. I'm using an icing comb here just to really show you how versatile it is. And here's a quick glimpse at me piping some buttercream onto a cupcake. So for this I'm just using a Wilton 1M, and I made a fun little buttercream rosette, which I topped with a fresh raspberry just to really let you know what flavor this cupcake is. So don't be afraid to get creative with this. This raspberry frosting would taste good on so many different things, from chocolate cake to a fresh lemon cake. The options really are limitless. If you want to create a batch yourself, the recipe for this easy raspberry frosting is up on Chelsweets.com, so you can head over there and check it out. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully, I'll see you guys again soon.